That might have been one of the dumbest coaching games I've ever seen. It was Caitiln Clark and 10 player. Sorry, I want to give Lexi Hope props because as much as she was a cone on defense, she tried. And I want to give Maisha Hines-Allen props for trying. But outside of Maisha Hines-Allen and Lexi Hull, it was literally Caitiln Clark and a team of players trying to sabotage Caitiln Clark and a coach trying to sabotage the team. Caitiln Clark inbounded full court when Caitiln Clark had 32 points. Had just hit the game winner to send it to overtime. And they had her inbounding full court. Kelsey Mitchell choked multiple layups down the stretch. Like, Kelsey Mitchell missed multiple layups. And Kelsey Mitchell got the game-winning shot. She was missing layups. I'm in shock. First of all, for the Washington Mystics, shout out Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen. They were just too big. They were just, like, Kiki was just too big. And Shakira Austin, especially now that Aaliyah Boston's injured and the best post player the Indiana Fever have is Maisha Hines-Allen. Like, Maisha Hines-Allen is now currently the healthiest, the best healthy big the Fever have. Mo Billings is garbage. Aaliyah is hurt, as we thought, because, you know, the whole Indiana Fever medical team pretending that it's nothing. No, she's hurt. Sophie Cunningham, she played basketball. Lexi at least tried. Hit some big shots. Seems to have forgotten how to play defense, but she still hit some huge shots. Absolutely huge shots from Lexi. Ty Harris didn't do anything of note. Damiris Dantas is the worst player in the league. Michaela Timpson didn't do anything of note. That is one of the worst games I've ever seen Kelsey Mitchell play. Kelsey Mitchell literally was missing wide open layups. She was missing open layups. She missed a wide open layup to get the lead in overtime, and then they came down and made it a 4-point game. Like, Kelsey Mitchell, not a good game for her. But we got to talk about this. I'm putting this as one of the 4 best games of Caitiln Clark's career. Maybe 5 best games of Caitiln Clark's career. I don't care if she goes 10 or 28. I actually don't. Caitiln Clark had 17 points in the fourth quarter. They were down 14 points. In the first quarter, they're up 13. Caitiln is dominating. And then she gets pulled out of the game. Loses all rhythm. Like, Caitiln is a rhythm player whose coach thinks subbing her out for extended periods of time is going to help her. Instead of, you know, giving her some minutes, getting her out of the game for a minute or two, putting her back in, then getting her to quarter breaks, using timeouts to get her breaks. No. It's we're going to go and sub you off for 7 minutes straight when we're up 13, and we're going to put you on when we're losing. A 2-point loss where Caitiln Clark was plus 14. In the 8 minutes that Caitiln Clark was off the floor, the team was minus 16. The team was minus 16 in the 8 minutes Caitiln Clark didn't play. This is bad. This is really bad. And let's not forget, this. Caitiln also played big minutes with Damiris Dantas, who is directly at fault for 2 of Caitlin's turnovers because she is that bad. She just can't catch the ball. She just cannot catch the ball. But look, Kelsey did hit that big 3 in regulation. Kelsey completely choked. Completely choked in the fourth. But we gotta give Caitiln Clark props. First of all, you gotta give Sonia Citron her props. Like, holy shit. She just was like, Lexi Hull, yeah, I'm scoring every time. It is one of those things where But not even the things were hilarious. Do you know this wasn't given as an assist for Caitiln Clark, by the way? This was not an assist for Caitiln Clark. That was not counted as an assist for Caitiln Clark. So her box score is going to be changed probably. Oh, no, they did. Sorry, they did after the game. Yeah, they credited Caitiln Clark with 2 assists after the game. But, like, she still had 32 and 8. One of the best games, given the circumstances, one of the best games of Caitiln Clark's career. No question about it. Like, when you are down 14 points going into the fourth quarter and you single-handedly will your team back into that game and hit the game-tying shot, nah, that is genuinely that's an exceptional performance. Absolutely exceptional. Just based on the win, you absolutely have to give the player of the game to Sonia Citron. Had the result gone the other way, it's clearly Caitiln Clark. And I fucking love the fact that she was shooting the ball. She had possibly her worst shooting game of her career through 3 quarters. And she just said, I don't care. I don't care. And she went and played. She didn't play the box score. She didn't play her efficiency numbers. She didn't play scared. She played the game. And by playing the game, she nearly won the game. If you are a box score watcher, you can be like, oh, she shot this percentage. Only a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. When one of her turnovers, I shit you not, was literally she threw a pass and Kelsey Mitchell tripped over her own feet and kneed the ball out of bounds. And Kelsey Mitchell tripped over her own feet and hit a ball with her own knee out of bounds. And it was given as a Caitiln Clark turnover. Like, there are some of these things where it's like the box scores lie. It is one of these. She was inefficient point blank. Her true shooting percentage was in the 50s. It is by no means inefficient. Not incredibly efficient by any means, but yeah, when your true shooting percentage is in the 50s, you're pretty okay. Oh yeah, we got dumbasses in here in the chat. But the Indiana Fever stink. Like, Caitlin, go try to win your MVP. This team stinks. No defense. There's no size. There's no defense. There's no real speed. There's no real shooting. This team stinks. The only player that can create anything for anybody is Caitiln Clark. Maybe Aaliyah, but Caitiln Clark is the only player that actually creates anything for her team, for anyone. The only open shots the Indiana Fever get is via Caitiln Clark. They're the only open shots they get. Kelsey Mitchell does not generate a single open shot for a teammate. And by the way, I cannot stress this enough. Kelsey Mitchell has gone 2 consecutive games without an assist or a rebound. Kelsey Mitchell has played 70 minutes of basketball without an assist or a rebound. And by the way, the Indiana Fever, Kelsey Mitchell was off the floor for 6 minutes. The Indiana Fever, with Kelsey Mitchell off the floor, were plus 14 today. Or say we're plus 12 with her off the floor. And you want to know the scariest part is? The Indiana Fever ran Caitiln Clark on the bench with the 4 starters plus Raven Johnson. They were like minus 10. When they went on their run, it was the 4 starters minus Raven Johnson. And they a 10-0 run. Because unlike people on Twitter, Raven Johnson doesn't create anything for anybody. Like, she's a good defender. It is Raven does not create anything for anybody. But yeah, I don't think anyone cares too much. It's an L, but I also think it's one of the big things is that this is a good loss. Why? Because the Indiana Fever came back down 14 because Caitiln Clark literally just said, fuck this shit. I don't care what anyone says. I'm doing what I want. I'm taking over. And Caitiln went and got herself in rhythm, went and single-handedly brought them back into the game. And then immediately, Kelsey Mitchell comes back on the floor. The Indiana Fever starts running everything to Kelsey Mitchell again. This is proof of concept that the Indiana Fever need to run through Caitiln Clark. It's as simple as that. She doesn't need to shoot 28 shots a game, but they need to run through her. They don't need to run everything to her. They need to run through her. They cannot let Kelsey Mitchell go ISO. Kelsey Mitchell ISO cannot be the primary offense for this team. And just because it worked in the playoffs, that fake playoff run last year is the worst thing that ever happened to the Fever.